The biosphere consists of all life on Earth and all parts of the Earth in which life exists, including land, water, and the atmosphere. The biosphere contains every organism from bacteria living underground to giant trees in rainforests, whales in polar seas, mold spores drifting through the air, and of course, humans. Ecology is a scientific study of interactions among organisms and between organisms and their physical environment. The Greek word oikos is also the root of the word economics. As their common root implies, human economics and ecology are linked. Humans live within the biosphere and depend on ecological processes to provide such essentials as food and drinkable water that can be bought and sold or traded. Ecological studies may focus on levels of organization that include species, population, community, ecosystem, biome, and biosphere. Abiotic factor is any living part of the environment with which an organism might interact, including animals, plants, mushrooms, and bacteria. An abiotic factor is any non-living part of the environment such as sunlight, heat, precipitation, humidity, wind or water currents, soil type, and so on. Modern ecologists use three methods in their work: observation, which is the first step in asking ecological questions; experimentation, which can be used to test hypotheses; and modeling, which can occur over ecological events that happen over long periods of time. Autotrophs are also called primary producers, which are the first producers of energy-rich compounds that are later used by other organisms. Autotrophs use solar or chemical energy to produce food by assembling inorganic compounds into complex organic molecules. Photosynthesis captures light energy and uses it to power chemical reactions that convert carbon dioxide and water into oxygen and energy-rich carbohydrates such as sugars and starches. Chemosynthesis is a process in which chemical energy is used to produce carbohydrates. Chemosynthetic organisms are found in the deepest, darkest ocean. Some chemosynthetic bacteria live in harsh environments such as deep sea volcanic vents or hot springs. Heterotrophs are organisms that acquire energy from other organisms by ingesting them in one way or another. They're also called consumers, which rely on other organisms for energy and nutrients. The types of consumers are carnivores, herbivores, omnivores, scavengers, decomposers, and detritivores. Energy flows through an ecosystem in a one-way stream, from primary producers to various consumers. A food chain is a series of steps in which organisms transfer energy by eating and being eaten. Feeding relationships are much more complicated than the relationships described in a single. This network of feeding interactions are called food webs. Each step in a food chain or food web is called a trophic level. Ecological pyramids show the relative amount of energy or matter contained within each trophic level in a given food chain or food web. There are three different types of ecological pyramids. Pyramids of energy, which show the relative amount of energy available at each trophic level of a food chain or food web. Pyramids of biomass, which illustrates the relative amount of living organic matter available at each trophic level in an ecosystem. And pyramids of numbers, which show the relative number of individual organisms at each trophic level in an ecosystem.